We are on to day number 4 of our automation project, and so today we're going to practice now writing pseudocode. Last class we went through a bunch of notes and we kind of started talking about what it means to take those complex behaviors and break them down into the basic behaviors. Well, those basic behaviors is the pseudocode. Those are the things, that kind of fake or false code that the computer needs to know in order to recognize it and actually work automatically. And so that's what we're going to practice today. We're going to break those complex behaviors into basic behaviors and just do this more and more. And the more you practice, the more you do something, the easier it becomes. All right, there are 8 different tasks that you're going to be asked to do. The first 3 are must-do tasks. 4 and 5 are ones that you should do, everybody should do. And then 6 and 8 are those above and beyond. They're a little bit more complicated. They're actually, once you get into it, not that much more complicated, but a little bit different in the way that they're worded. But those are the aspire to do tasks for today. And in the back of our mind, our question should be, what are the differences between complex, simple, and basic behaviors? That's our essential question. All right, so let's pause the video and open up your design notebook. All right, our design notebooks are open. Again, blue must do, orange should do, pink aspire to do. We are on day number 4, so let's click on the bookmark here in our project plan, and that will jump us down to day number 4. You should set a goal for yourself. Again, give yourself something to work towards. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to do today? And again, here your essential question, what's the difference between those complex, simple, and basic behaviors? Behaviors, again, meaning actions or conduct, what something does. All right, so today you are going to write pseudocode. You're going to practice this. For each of the complex behaviors listed, you're going to break each one down into its simple behaviors. Again, like we talked about last time, look for those ands, the commas, the periods to help you kind of figure out that complex behavior. What are the steps, the smaller steps to that? And then breaking that down into the most basic behaviors, those individual actions which are necessary for programming. All right, and we are going to assume that each wheel in kind of these robotic tasks that you're given is controlled by a separate motor. All right, so pseudocode task number 1. Task number 1 is this right here. This is the overall task, the complex behavior. Both motors spin the wheels full speed in the same direction for 3 seconds and then stops. So this one, we broke this down for you and we gave you the simple behaviors of the steps. There's just 2 of them. Okay, both motors spin the wheels full speed in the same direction for 3 seconds. That's the first simple behavior, the first step. Then we have this word right here, and then the other one, then. Those are words that break things up. We did one thing, now we're doing the next thing. And so the next step then is that the motors stop. Okay, so 2 steps. So now what are those basic behaviors? Well, what does it take to what are the individual actions to get both motors to turn in the same direction for 3 seconds? Well, we've got 2 wheels, 2 motors. So first we want to start one of them, so we're going to start the right motor. Next, we're going to start the other one. Those are individual actions. You can't just say start motors because there's 2 of them. We want to start them individually. Once they're started, we want the robot just to wait. How long do we want it to wait for? We want it to wait for 3 seconds. Okay, that's what the complex behavior tells us over here. Okay, so those are the 3 basic behaviors that are involved with that one step. Then how do we get them to stop? Well, we have to stop them individually again. We want to stop the right motor, and we want to stop the left motor. And now you've broken this down into pseudocode. These are individual. This is kind of false code, but it helps us to understand what it is when it gets to programming. And if we program this into our platform that we use, our robotic platform, this is what will happen. Okay, and that's what we want to go for. So now we have 2 more tasks. Here's pseudocode task number 2. Overall task, both wheels start. One wheel spins at full speed, the other at half speed in the same direction for 3 seconds. Both motors then stop and spin in the opposite direction at the same speed for 3 seconds, and then the wheels stop. This one we broke down the simple behaviors for you. There's 4 of them. Again, look for the ands, commas, thens, periods, punctuation. Okay? They start full speed, one half speed for 3 seconds. Then there's a period right there. Then the next step is that both motors stop. And there's an and. Now they spin in the opposite direction. Then there's a period down here, and then they stop again. These bullet points match up. So this first simple behavior, there are 3 individual actions involved with that. You need to come up with those. For the second one, stopping, there are 2 individual actions associated with that one step. Okay, so just kind of break them down. Our third task, which also is a must-do, a bump switch starts both motors spinning in the same direction at 1/4 speed for 5 seconds and then stops for 2 seconds. After stopping, the motors will start again in reverse direction for 5 seconds and at full speed, and then stops. So this one has 5 different steps, simple behaviors, and then you need to figure out what the basic behaviors are. So we helped you off earlier here, and now you're just kind of doing this a little bit more and more on your own. Practice, it helps. Then we get down to one of the should-do tasks. Task 4, press a bump switch to spin both wheels in the same direction at full speed. Press the switch again to stop the wheels. Press the switch again to start the wheels spinning in the opposite direction. Press the bump switch again to stop the wheels. So you're pressing that switch to turn it on and off. And again, this one has 6 steps, and you break it down then into the basic behaviors. Pseudocode task number 5. A limit switch, just a different type of switch. Starts both motors spinning the same direction at 1/2 speed and runs for 5 seconds before stopping for 2 seconds. After stopping, the motors start again in reverse for 5 seconds at full speed, then stop for 3 seconds. Start the motors by using limit switch. Let the motors run for at least 5 seconds. Then the wheels stop. There are 9 steps. Look for those keys, and, commas, periods. All of those keys will help you break down what those simple behaviors are, and then you figure out what are the individual actions for each of those. And then you get down to pseudocode task number 6, 7, and 8, and you can read those on your own if you're choosing to do those. Reach out to your teachers if you have any questions. Make sure you do your summary for today. Reach out to your teachers if you have any questions. So good luck with this. The more you practice something, the easier it becomes. All right, so give it a shot and ask for help when you need it. All right, good luck with this, and we will see you next time.